everybody, and welcome to my first Mosh tutorial about creating audio-reactive art in Mosh, like I just shared with you. My name is Empress Trash. I am an artist who has been making all sorts of different types of art for a long time, and I'm mostly a glitch artist, I'm known as, and I love Mosh. I love the application. It used to be called Photomosh for those who are used to the old version of it, but Mosh, they rebranded, and Mosh Pro is their paid version. They have a free version which is lighter, but Pro is very reasonably priced, and it's a one-time payment, and then you have it. And that's what I use to create a lot of audio reactive art when I'm not doing like live coding audio reactive art like in Hydra and stuff like that. So today's tutorial is about like how to make audio reactive visuals and put them into your live stream using it all on one PC. And I'll explain that later, that there is a way you can set it up to use two computers, but most people don't have two computers. So I'm doing the tutorial for it being on the one computer. So first you need to install Mosh. I will include a link, my affiliate link below, that helps Mosh know that I helped you find them. I actually, as of right now, I am the only affiliate for them. So and it gives me a little kickback, and then they know, and it's all happy good times. So yeah, click the link below to get it installed, and then once you have it installed, come on back to the video and I'll show you how to get everything set up. And so yeah, now that you have it all set up, first you need to click use webcam. And you're gonna think, well, I don't want my live webcam to be coming into Mosh. And it's like, it doesn't have to be your live webcam. It can be many things. It just is video input is essentially what use webcam means. So what I have right now, I have it picking up my OBS virtual camera of this funny clicker game that I'm playing. That's like a uranium clicker game. I'm not going to get into that, but it's just a good base visual to show you that you can just simply capture something in your browser, put it in OBS. So I'll show you OBS here. So you can, window capture your browser on this clicker game or whatever, anything, OBS for those who use OBS, they know you can decide any input. It can be your game input. It can be some sort of video feed. It can be anything. So you take that and then you just start virtual camera down here. I have it running as a virtual camera. And so that essentially, when you do virtual camera, it makes it where it is acting as a webcam in the system, so then it can pick it up. And so you can see, if you go to settings and then go to general, you can select webcam here, and I have it selected under OBS virtual camera. Now in a 2 PC setup, you can have it where the webcam is your capture card. So you can have a capture card capturing one PC or your Nintendo or whatever, and then plug that in to your streaming PC and then select that on here. This is not my PC that I can do that on. My laptop is the one that has the capture card plugged into it. This is the one that I usually capture from. So this is again, one PC setup where you have it being OBS virtual camera. And then the audio aspect of it, you have to have it set up right to be able to even hear your desktop audio in the first place, because as default it's going to pick up your external mic audio, which is great for certain situations if you want it to be that. But if you wanted to react to your game music or your game sounds, or you wanted to react to the music that you're DJing, you need to like do a little workaround, and that's install VB Audio Virtual Cable. And for those who are savvy in streaming, you should know what this is, but in savvy in audio. But for those who don't, it's just a simple virtual cable to link audio up to where it should be. Like, think of it like an actual, like, if I want my output to, like, my audio output to go to my input, like, you need something to link that, and that's what this software does. It's free. I don't know if it's open source, but it's free. It is, everyone uses it. It's safe. It's awesome. So you download that, install it for whatever you're using, and then once you have it installed, you can go to your sound settings, which you can get to access them by clicking just on the speaker in the corner on Windows, and then this gear here, or you can search like sound settings. There's a bunch of ways to get there, but essentially you want to get to sound settings here, and you then want to select as default device cable input, and then you want cable output, and this it does multiple things. So by selecting cable input here, so this is the VB Audio Virtual Cable after you have it installed, it is saying the I get confused with this, but cable input is like the audio that your PC is playing is inputting out. I don't know how to explain. Anyway, I to explain like exactly how it works, I'm not gonna get into that. Like there's probably someone out there who has a VB audio tutorial. And I'm not that person. I just know the settings you need to have. So it's, you want to select input and then output, and you're gonna notice after you select output, it you can't hear anymore the audio. So you need to go here to more sound settings, and it opens up the old school sound, and it starts on playback. You want to go to recording, and then you want to go to cable output, right click, properties, listen, check listen to this device, and then select the speakers that you want to hear. So what this is all doing in a complex way is it's adding like a fork in your audio. Essentially, it's adding like your normally, if you do a little diagram here, can I like draw a little diagram for you? I don't know, but you have like your audio that your computer's playing, and then it's going directly to your speakers. And so by installing the virtual cable, you are saying like audio goes to this output, and then it's like a stop, and then it makes it so it's a selectable thing essentially in here. So I can select cable output directly in here. I can also choose like my external microphones also, so you can, but it essentially registers then your audio on your desktop as a microphone. That's the best way to explain it. And then to reroute it back into your speakers, you then do something here. I really hope I didn't screw that up. But I'll repeat just in case, because I realized I switched my input device, and this gets so tricky when you're doing it. And so essentially for Mosh, you can just put like cable output. You can put here the cable input, and once you select that and then select cable output, or you should be able to, you want to select the virtual audio cable here, and you want to have it set up like how I showed you. You want a cable input, you want a cable output, you want to put listening to this device. When it comes to speaking at the same time as having audio going, this is something I'm not as well versed in, so It may have broken when I did that. I'm not sure. When I switched it before, so if you didn't hear me then, sorry. I'm not going to edit the video though, because this is like my 5th take trying to do this video, because it gets tricky trying to do a tutorial about audio with the video. So yeah, essentially VB audio cable, the short version of it, cable input, cable output, go to more sound settings, cable output, properties, listen, and then listen to this device, and then pick your playback device, and then you should hear the audio again, like externally. And then also then PhotoMosh can pick up the audio of your PC. And yeah, then when you have that set up, you can put effects on. So these are some presets. You can have presets in Mosh, which is dope, up here. And you can have folders to organize them. So I started a live stream one. I have the default is from my OG, like PhotoMosh, and most of these are not audio-reactive. They're just like, you can make any audio-reactive, but you can see here. So let's go, I'll talk about quickly. So here is every single effect in PhotoMosh. They have it when you open it, default, it's just like one of each effect pops up. Now, what is so cool about PhotoMosh is this toggles on and off, and it also, like, you can duplicate it, delete it, and move it around. And how the effects are ordered affects the visuals of it. So you have infinite ability to create different visual effects. See how if I change the position of it, it instantly changes depending on how it interacts with other things. And that is really like, that's one of the most powerful things. And you can keep adding the same effects, so you can like do like 100 different effects. And I've gotten really complex, and I've found there's very little lag as you keep adding effects. So however they coded it very well. So yeah, and once you have, like, you can play around with trying to get different effects. I'll show some of my not audio reactive ones. Like, that's pretty cool. And you can go in, so when you click on the arrow or just the name anywhere, it opens up a menu where it's like you can tweak more or less on all these, and this is where all the magic happens, is all the tweaking. But if you want to make something where the value of it changes depending on the audio, you can click here where it's enable modulate, the little squiggle, and if you see when you have it, so if you don't see that, you probably have it selected on export as image, but if you select webcam, it should automatically export as video, because you can see when I export as image, nope, you can select that. It drops these because there's no time in an image is just still. So if you don't see those there, that's why. But if you click up here and click to video, then they reappear. And in there, you can do type. And so linear, sine, bounce, step, noise, random, constant. So these are all different presets of like how to input values and make the effect work. And they have these 3 really robust ones at the end, which is audio, which is what we're using to make audio reactive. They have MIDI, which you can take MIDI inputs, so then you can control, if you have a MIDI controller, you can sync it up. I haven't done this, I have friends who have done it. You can sync it up with Mosh and control the effect with the MIDI controller. And then keying, where it's a time key. You can keyframe just like any animation, which this was specifically something I requested, and now we have it, and I'm very happy, because for my finer not live art that I like to make, the keyframes are super powerful. But for this, we're doing audio, and as you can see, you can make any effect audio reactive, so you can do insane things. I'm just making random things audio reactive, and then let's hear Let's see what happens when I play the music. And then see how it... So you can really fine tune this then. Turn the music down just a little. But you can really fine tune this then to... So audio, you can choose frequency, low, mid, high. I generally choose all, but it depends on what you're doing. Looping it or not. Sometimes it breaks with loops, sometimes doesn't. And you can set a minimum value or a maximum value. So it only fluctuates to the audio within a certain range. And chance, I don't completely understand yet. Maybe it's like the chance of it happening. So one thing, if you notice that it isn't being very audio reactive, make sure to come in. You can go into settings and go into audio here, the audio tab in settings, and go to gain and smoothing. And this essentially helps figure out how, or this helps make it more powerful of an audio reaction, like it's amplifying the input it's taking in. And then smoothing smooths it out, but if you smooth it out too far, it just won't move. So if you find it's too jerky or you're not getting the response you want, make sure to come into here and check that out. And yeah, and then, so the last step, you have it all set up. It's reacting to the audio how you want it. And now you want to plug it into your live stream. Well, how do you do that? Well, actually, so you have one instance of OBS already open as the virtual camera, sending this input, your whatever input you want, whatever video input you want, to Mosh. Well, you have to open another instance of OBS, which it will tell you, oh, that's a bad idea. When you do that, OBS is already running. Unless you meant to do this, please shut down any existing instances. And they have this because sometimes, you're clicking and you double open things. But we're going to click launch anyway, because this is the only way to do it from your main computer. So I'm going to have them next to each other so you can get it. I wish I could third this. Can I third this? No, it's not gonna let me three it. I feel like there's a three option. Maybe I should try putting Mosh in the middle. Can I put Mosh in the middle? It's not letting me. It's fine. Okay, so essentially what we have built out for this is I have my website, Uranium Miner. I just am pulling the video from, and now I've messed it up because, like, if you move when you're doing Windows stuff, if you're window capturing and you move the window, it changes the position that it's capturing on. So anyway, so I have that. I'm capturing that here in OBS. And then I'm making it a virtual camera. I'm sending that virtual camera to PhotoMosh, OBS virtual camera. And then now in my second instance of OBS, I have 3 instances open. Oops. Well, oh no, it's the group. Okay. In my second instance, now we can capture PhotoMosh. Select window to capture PhotoMosh. And then we can zoom, we can alt click, oops, ALT, oops, that's not the, sorry, my dog is being annoying. Anytime the neighbor steps out of the door, she starts to bark a little bit, and it's just okay. So let's see, game capture. No, so it accidentally came up as game capture. So okay, let's clear this out so we can really see what's going on. Bottom scroll. where is it? Windows capture. There it is. Okay. As you can see, I have a lot going on here, but you don't have to have all that. So I have my overlay of like my bottom scroll and then like the music that will pop up, and I'm going to delete that too. Actually, I'll leave the bottom scroll so you can see. So here's the window capture of PhotoMosh, and then you can alt click to size the window to the output, and then you can size it within your stream. You can cut it if you just want parts. Theoretically, you could run multiple instances if you have the bandwidth of PhotoMosh and have like different video screens coming up. You can get crazy with it. But essentially, yeah, you window capture, and then if you have any overlays, make sure to, you know, lay it out correct. And that's it. Then you can play some music and have a good time. And the cool thing is too, you can edit this on the fly. So you aren't just, that's what all the presets are super cool for. So if at some point you're like, oh, I'm bored of this, you can start playing with it. You can do all sorts of things with it. And that's cool. Or you can like do have multiple presets and be like, well, I like, because I know for me, I like to put this over my game that I'm playing, but it's a balance because I want people to see what I'm doing, but at the same time, like, I want the effect to be cool. So some different games have different, you know, art styles and like contrasts and stuff, so you have to come in and kind of adjust to it to like make it where it's like you can, how it works, you want it to work. And oh, that's super cool. And even see a slight change like that in saturation can completely change the visual right there. And then let's turn the audio up for a second to see what that looks like. That's cool. Oh yeah, that's pretty damn cool. Tutorial for that. I hope this helps some people. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. However, I'm not great tech support. And everyone's system is different, and you just have to kind of figure out how to spoof things and get it where it's like, hey, I registered this, and getting it how it works for your setup and what you want to do. But if there's a will, there's a way. And I hope this helps you bring your live stream to the next level, where you can do a lot of fun, cool effects, have them audio, especially for DJs. Like, you can just set up a bunch of presets, and then it reacts automatically to your audio. So it's like you have instant audio reactive without having to get like super crazy and customizable, and there's infinite possibilities. So thank you for watching my first Mosh tutorial. Maybe my first one should have been the basics of Mosh. I kind of went over that a little bit, but I think this is a good one to start with of audio reactivity because it's a little more advanced, but it's actually pretty easy to set up, and I just want to see everyone moshing. So thank you for watching again, and please like and subscribe, leave a comment if you found this video helpful or if you have any questions, and peace. Have a good one.